Hello YouTube, would you care to watch a little bit more of Dwarf Fortress Cryptbeards 20 with the Scoundrel M? What a mouthful. Presumably if you're still here you do want to watch more, so should we unpause the game and get going, or should we have a little tour? I did say to the liveys we'd have a little tour, so let's take a peek at what's going on in the fortress. Well, the lava moat is full. That's a good sign. I remembered that was done. That was one of the things we rushed through. I remember the ending being somewhat anticlimactic last time for reasons, but I can't recall those particular reasons. I think something bad happened, but I'm not sure what it was. We've got our trade depot set up. That's good. We've got some storage depots, stockpiles up here. What are they? You gonna tell me what you are, or do I have to move the camera? I have to move. Armour stockpile, weapon stockpile, gem stockpile. Okay, a little bit close to the surface of my liking. Could be subject to raids from thieves, but we'll see how it goes. We'll probably bring them down later on. Then we've got our carpenter's floor, our dining area, which is now looking quite petite. We might want to dig that out a little bit larger and make the dining hall, well, significantly bigger actually. I mean, sure, the sides being all diagonal and that, it's all very pretty, isn't it? But realistically, I feel like I want to go for a more practical rectangular shape. You know, bland, boring, like I do it all the time. Hello, Ocelot. Welcome back. Thanks for joining us again. We're currently just doing the start out tour, just reminding ourselves of what's going on. Looks like we've got a fairly well appointed food area. We've got ourselves our tannery and our butchery and our food stockpiles, our still and our kitchen. Everything looks in order there. Our nest boxes look like they're doing okay. Our lever room, well, it's a lever room. Hopefully I did mark up all those levers, because it would be annoying to pull them and realise they do something other than I expected them to. Here's our magma industry area. Still very, very early days here. We've got one of each of the magma things. In fact, I don't even think we have a kiln for clay. I think it's just metalworking, smelting ores, and could it be 2 smelting ores? It is 2 smelters. I could have sworn we put a glass kiln in, but oh well, we haven't. I'll have to put one of those in a minute, because we are going to be trying to get a lot of glass stuff made on this dungeon. Dungeon? Fortress. Different thing. What's this connect up to? Oh yeah, the magma works pipe. Eesh. That's an external door. We are going to have to trap that corridor pretty heavily, I think. Let's go down another floor, looking at our magma chamber. Very exciting, very lovely. I like it. This would be our crafts dwarf workshop? No, it's a mason's workshop. Don't be stupid, scoundrel. Then we go down a floor, take a peek in here. This is our crafts dwarf workshop. Mechanics workshop. This one hasn't got a workshop put in yet, which is interesting. Maybe we should move the mechanics workshop down here. However, who does this bed belong to? It doesn't belong to anybody. Does the mechanics... Oh, shit. Does the bed below belong to anybody? Have I assigned that to be belonging to the... I have not. I think I've definitely set this to be just mechanisms, so maybe we should put our mechanics workshop in there. Hello, Skate1985. Welcome back. It's going pretty well, thank you very much. Got a touch of the old headache coming on, but we'll see how it goes. It seems to be bright light that is giving me the headache, which is annoying when the screen pops up all white when you load up Google. But there you go. What can you do about that? Not much. I think I'm going to put a mechanics workshop in there quickly. Let's just do that. Build workshop mechanics? No? That's a leatherworks. What's a mechanics workshop? There we go. T. That's the letter. We'll just pop that in there. Lovely. Make it nice. Go up a floor, and then we'll get rid of this mechanics workshop, because frankly, it's redundant now. There we go. Remove building X. There we go. And then any mechanisms orders that get put in, we can fulfill in the lower workshop. Now, while we're here, I'm just going to check who my mechanic is. If we pop over to therapist, we can have a little look. Who's my best mechanic? Who's my best mechanicking lad? Let's sort by mechanics. There we go. We've got a level 13 guy with a nickname. Who's that? Claycree. Okay. Has he got any other... Have I given him any other roles? He's got very good stone crafting as well. And he's also a pretty accomplished doctor. Ooh, a man of all trades. A bit of a renaissance man. Do we put Claycree in charge, or do we look to the lower level mechanics? This one's level 11, that's pretty good, and the next one as well. What other skills have you got? Bone carving, butchery, wow. Okay, and this one below? Nothing to speak of, just mechanics. I think you are going to be our city mechanic. Abal Madushkol. Abal Madushkol. Right, let's head back to the fort and assign this bedroom to that very dwarf. Assign bed. Let's search. UBB Abal. There we go, the mechanic. Assigned. Lovely. And then we can also give him the workshop rights down here, so he ends up using it. It's not built yet. That's fine. That's fine. It will get built. Right, on with the tour. On with the tour. This floor down here, I believe that's another mason's workshop, isn't it? It is. We appear to have doubled our throughput on masons. Very exciting. There's a bower's workshop. And then we have an empty floor, and then we have to get down here. However, before I did any digging down on the next floor, I wanted to check out that little cave and make sure that there was nothing I'm going to penetrate into digging down. So let's... how do we do that? We could go up to the surface, unwall it, and send someone down. But... bleh, is that something I really want to do? There must be a better way to explore it than unwalling it. No, how could I possibly explore it unless it's unsealed? I can't explore a sealed building. That's madness. How would I get in? How would we get out? In that case, let's, rather than digging out that bit of wall, let's designate a bit of diggy here. There we go. Lovely bit of diggy. No, that's chop down trees, sir. You want to dig. That's what you want to do. There we go. I don't think we have any mining currently underway other than that, so they'll probably get straight to it. Is there anything I've forgotten to recap on? I don't think so. Now, the primary focus today is going to be getting the main bulk of the fortress building sorted and banging out a few traps to protect the fortress just that touch more, because a moat made of magma is, well, lava, sorry, is all well and good, but it doesn't actively hack things apart, so we'll have to start thinking about doing that. I also need to look for a source of sand, ideally within my perimeter, but I don't think that's going to happen. I may have to figure out some alternative route or source for sand. Are these piles of stuff here sand? Is that sand? That's a soil floor. Okay, it's not sand. There's definitely sand on the map somewhere, but I don't know where. Okay, maybe we don't need to start the glass industries yet. Cool. Okay, let's unpause things and see how it goes. Well, our miners haven't immediately leapt to doing... Oh, yes, they have. They've started digging. So we can go down here, get to the bottom of the cave. There we go. Very low down. And we will dig a little bit of this stuff here. What is that? What is that there? You tell me, game. Tell me. That's a vein wall of alunite. Alunite. And a native copper wall. Okay, and this is obsidian, presumably? Yes, obsidian, okay. We don't really need them to dig anything out, we just need them to go down there, but the most convenient method of getting a dwarf to go anywhere is to set a mining order. Come on, lads, get down there. Is it really that tough? Apparently so. Let's go up a floor, see where they are. They're not there, they're not there, they're not there, they're not there, they're not there. They're not there, there, or there, or there. Oh, hang on. Yep, there we go. Look, someone's going down. Somebody's heading down into the depths to do the digging. And will it be good digging? Oh, a spinner has been possessed. Oh my goodness. Hello, Claycree. Welcome back. Thanks for joining us again. Well, I'm presumably going to have to build a loom now. Let's go down to that spare room and make it into a textiles zone. There we go. We'll put a bed in first if we have one. There we go. That's for our spinner. Then we go down and put a workshop in. Is it a loom? I presume it's a loom. However, if I'm wrong, what I'll want to do is I'll put a loom here, make it a microcline, and we'll also put, is it a clothier's workshop that we want? I think it is, isn't it? Yeah, a clothier's workshop. We'll pop that next to it. and then we can sort things out later on. Maybe split the rooms at the top there in two so everybody can work on the same floor they sleep on. But that should be good. And then maybe I want to bring a cloth stockpile down. You know what? Just get the things built for now. That should be enough. Oh, hello. Oh. Okay. They took a craftsdwarf workshop instead. Fine. Let's see what happens. Where are you, lad? There you are. Let's follow you and see what happens. Well, they're moving to and from the site to get materials. That's a positive sign. That suggests that they're not going to go crazy because the gear's there that they need. So they've got stone and wood so far. Very interesting. Although probably not that interesting. It's probably going to be a very bland item. Okay, the game's paused. Does that mean they've started construction? Get through the notifications, and yes, they have. Fantastic. I mean, it's going to be cack. It's made out of stone and wood. What can they really do with that? But hey, at least they're doing something, right? Well, turns out we didn't need any of this guff down here, so maybe I should just tear it down. Then again, has it been built yet? If it's been constructed... Okay. We don't really have any source of stuff to weave into cloth at the moment. I mean, I suppose some shearable animals have arrived over the years, but nothing in great quantities. You know what? Donk. Bonk. This ain't going to be a textiles industry at all. This is going to be something else. Let's have a look at our workshop list and see what we already have. Got a bower, a carpenter, magma forges, mason's workshop. Apparently we don't have a jeweler's workshop, which I'm surprised at. Although, now that I think about it, I think we deconstructed it upstairs, didn't we? And I was going to move it down, but never quite got there. Hello, Cupo. Welcome back. Thanks for joining us. How's it going? I like knives. I like ears, says Claycree. I like knife ears. You're cruising for a ban there. What kind of talk is that? I thought you were going to go on about how you like cutting off elves' ears, but no. You had to go and take it to a terrible place. What are we building in here? I think a jeweler's workshop's probably good. Take up some space and get some dwarves working in a little zone so they're not pathing everywhere. Other than that, we've got more than one craftsdwarf workshop, I think. We haven't got a siege workshop yet. That might be good to get going. We've never really dabbled in that too deeply. I've intended to for several sessions now, but never really got round to it. We don't have a farmer's workshop. I thought there'd be one of those down in the dining hall. Okay, and we don't have a fishery. We can get one of those in because we do have a river down there, so we may as well. An ashery, don't think we need that right now. A dyer's shop, don't care about that at all. Soap maker's workshop, do I care about that? I don't think I do. And then there's a screw press, which I'm sure will come into play at some point in the future. We shall see. What are we putting in then? I think it's a jeweler's. I think we've decided. Yeah, J for jewelers. Pop that in the middle there. Very nice. Make it a microcline. And then we're going to put in a little bit of stockpilage. What have we got here? I've tried to wipe out forest retreats in adventure mode, but it's difficult because of all the climbing you need to do and that you can't cut down their trees. You can't cut down elf trees? No. I don't think so. That sounds crazy. Surely they can be cut down with... Surely they can be burned down. That's almost as good as cutting them down, right? If anything, it's better because it spreads more terror among the elves. We'll see. Their trees are like constructions. Dirty tricks the elves will play. Unbelievable. Outrageous. So un-dwarfy. So not... So... Anti-dwarven? I don't know. I'm not entirely sure what the antonym of dwarf is, and I don't think there actually is one. Let's put some doors in. Build door... I was going to do stockpiles, wasn't I? Okay, we'll do that in a minute. There we go. Don't really think these doors are strictly necessary, but may as well. I like doors. They're handy. In the outer area there, we're going to put the cut gems. So first of all, we make a gem stockpile. There we go. It's probably... I mean, gems never really take up that much space, but what the fuck? We'll put a gem stockpile in there, and we'll also put one in here. This one here, of course, will be the uncut gems. Change settings. Gemmy gems. There we go. Rough gems. Shit, which one am I doing? That one. Okay. Gems, I want rough gems, yes. Do I want rough glass? I do not want rough glass. Nor do I want cut gems, cut glass, or cut stone. And then up here, we want cut gems. Let's change settings. Gems. I know someone said something in chat just a second ago, but if you bear with me, I just want to get this done before I lose my train of thought, as is so often the case. There we go. What was that said in chat there? The antonym of dwarf is elf. Actually, that does sound right. That sounds 100% correct. I'm not going to check it. I'm going to take that as fact. What's the antonym of human? Inhuman? Maybe? I suppose that's kind of right. I'm not sure. Also human. Well, you see, an antonym is an opposite. So a dwarf is, a human is just kind of like a tall, less long-lived, shorter bearded, less cool dwarf. Whereas an elf is an abomination. So, you know, they're more of an opposite to a dwarf than anything else. So, Mebzoth Meng Tathtak, the spinner, has created Absamdesrem Abdildagsal, a Gabbro earring. She offers it to the High Paper. Oh, I just remembered the theme. I forgot the naming theme. Let's pause this and have a look at our new artifact. Here it is. Searched slow. The Walled Pool, a Gabbro earring, worth 6,000. Garbage. This is a Gabbro earring. All crafts dwarfship is of the highest quality. It is decorated with coffee wood. On the item is an image of Cradle Tongue, the applewood earring, in Gabbro. Hiccups. On the item is an image of Cradle Tongue, the applewood earring, in Nice. On the item is an image of a single cut gem, in Nice or Nice, depending on how you want to pronounce it. Well, you can keep that, person who made it. I mean, what a waste of time that was, honestly. Oh well. You'd think people who are possessing dwarves, possessing the living, in order to communicate with the world from beyond the grave, would be a little bit more, you know, meaningful. They'd do something a little bit more exciting instead of an earring covered in pictures of earrings. Very sad. So that's that done. What was I up to? Oh yes, I was sorting out the gem cutter. He's done. The Boa's Workshop, I don't really know what we're doing with that. I suppose it wants a wood stockpile, right? Let's put a wood stockpile in there just to get something down there to work with. We haven't really done much in terms of bowing, but we could pop in ourselves a little weapons stockpile there for crossbows and bolts and whatnot. I mean, it makes sense. We have the facilities. Not sure we have the dwarves to operate it, but we do have the facility. Oh, lovely. Okay. All right, we've got a bit more cavern exposed, or a bit more cave, rather, exposed. And we're safe to go down a few floors, I think. Yeah, it's... that might be a little tight, but we'll see. Let's see. Let's set the dig. Okay, so we go down a floor. Boop, go up a floor. And is that going to work? That's going to work. There we go. Lovely. What positioning? Then we need to come down here. Do the same little tricksy trick. And then got one. There we go. Back down. And there we go. And then we're on the right place for this one. So we can pop in another little room. Isn't that simply delightful? There we go. Bingo. I should have done more than one floor at a time, actually, now that I think about it. Let's do that. Let's first do it with these top rooms. Diggy diggy. There we go. Get the size, and then we'll go down there, to there, to there. Ooh, no. Let's just check to see where we are on that one. It's a penetration. We can't do it. Never mind. Never mind. Can't expect just plain sailing all the way down. It's just not how things work. It's just not. Let's go back up again. And then we select this bad boy here. And bing bong bang bish boff. There we go. We've got loads and loads and loads of floors all designated out. We'll put in some up down stairs. If we start on this floor, I'm sure everything will work out just fine. There we go. And then we need to get back to designating doorways. There we go. Lovely. And another one. And another one. No, lovely. And then just 2 more to do. There we go. And down to the bottom. Fantastic. Good, let's get our miner's digging net out, and then we'll think about what to put in the space, because of course, I didn't think about that beforehand. Why would I? That's crazy talk. Okay, let's have a little peeky here. The opposite of humans is other humans. I suppose in many respects that could be the case. You're right. People can be a little bit, well, oppositional. Let's put it that way. They can get a little bit conflicting. Conflicting? Yeah, it doesn't sound right, does it? Sounds more correct than conflicted. Let's take a look at our magma industries, which I believe are here, and see what can be built here, because I'm not actually familiar. I've never really given a lot of time over to metalworking. So let's take a look at what we've got here. We've got weapons and ammunition, armour, furniture, siege equipment, trap components. I think we'll start out with some trap components, and we'll try and mass produce as much as we can. Unfortunately, I think the only metals we really have are silver and lead in any great quantities. So I'm going to say I want silver. We could make lots of spiked silver balls, I suppose. Or some large silver serrated blades, silver spikes. Ultimately, I want traps revolving around glass serrated blades. But, I mean, that's a little ways off. We don't have the forge for it. I don't know how to collect sand. I don't know where the sand is. I mean, we're a ways away from that. Then again, we could just go for spikes, put them in a weapon trap. It feels silly to use silver, at least a is fully precious metal, isn't it? I mean, but lead, equally, not fantastic for weapons, right? Surely not. Hello, Ray May. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining us. Or is it welcome back? It could be, but I'm not sure. Apologies if I've forgotten you. I'm just discussing what best to use my furnaces for, my magma forges. You know what? With the silver, I think we'll make some warhammers, because silver warhammers are always useful, right? So, if I check my stocks first, we'll see how many silver bars we've got. E, enhanced view. SILVER. There we go. Silver. I mean, lead extra poison damage. Oh, lead. How could I misread that? I'd just been speaking about lead. Sorry, Ray, mate. I was about to ask you for further context, but now I realise doing so would make me look incredibly stupid. Lead isn't an option. Can't do it. Buzzsaws are the best trap item for weapon traps. New here and to the game. Well, Ray, mate, much as I love it that you're here, that's fantastic. I must put forward just a quick warning. You're not going to learn a heap of a lot watching me play this, but you might. There's a chance you'll pick up some information. The best thing you can do is ask questions of chat, because they have a better idea of what I'm doing than I actually am, if that makes sense. Not always, because sometimes I don't communicate what I'm doing and I just sit here going la 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 la, and everything just happens. But, normally I'm following advice. If you have sand, Scound, you can just crap glass buzzsaws out. Well, I know there's sand somewhere on the map, but I haven't located it, so I don't know. And I'd also have never done sand or glass or anything in this before, so I don't really know what I'm doing with it either. Infinite, really powerful weapon traps. Well, that sounds good to me. I'm all about the glass buzzsaw blades, but we'll have to wait until I actually find the sand and figure out what to do. So we've got 120 silver bars. I mean, and we've also got some pretty good silver warhammers already. Do I really need to invest in more silver warhammers? I mean, if we're investing in silver warhammers, I feel like we should also be investing in an actual military. Maybe I should start training some people up with not just crossbows. What else can we do with silver? I'll tell you what, if we go back, if we get rid of this search for silver and we type in bars, this will give us a better assay of our assets when it comes to metals. See, lead, we have got a lot of fucking lead. And that stuff is not only poisonous, as pointed out by chat, but heavy. What do I do with it? What value does it have? I haven't used them since weapons could break. Oh my god, weapon traps can break. I did import that steel cupo. Yes, I did. Yes. It's not a massive amount, but it was just all my leftover embark points from a maximum points embark. I know, it's tantamount to cheating, but it's still a fortress. You can cheat if you want. I mean, that's equally true of any game, I suppose, excluding competitive online games, but, you know, single player games, fucking cheat. Why not? You could dupe steel by making a melting leggings. That is not a bad move. In fact, I like it a lot. Let's give this a go. Okay, so we're going to do this via the manager, I suppose. So STEELLEG, steel leggings. Okay, so we want to make let's call it 10 pairs, and then we can have those melted down and redone, unless somebody knows a good way to set it up so they just cycle through them as quick as possible. You can't cheat in Dwarf Fortress, says Ocelot. You can only improve the odds. That is a very positive way of looking at it. I think I can agree with that. But still, I mean, come on. Come on. You don't improve the odds that much, even by cheating. It's always going to end badly. Always. If you dig deep enough, you'll find marble. What about arrows? Each bolt is 0.5 bars, and you get 25 bolts per bar. If you can separate them, say via training, you can get way, way, way more. That does sound pretty good, and we do need bolts. I mean, I'm getting wooden bolts made, but I mean, steel bolts are cooler on every level. And it would be nice to actually get our Marks Dwarves training. That does mean we need to build what's his names as well. You know, the thing with the bow. Pew pew, winding it up. Crossbows. We need to make crossbows. That's what we need to make. Lead bolts sounds good, but I'm not sure we can do it. But we'll see. We'll see. Leggings trains armourers. That's a good point, actually. Maybe I should. Let's take a quick moment to look at a therapist and see what we've got in terms of metalworkers. Because if I stop sorting by nicknames, go over to the metalworking section and see what we've actually got. So weaponsmiths. What's our weaponsmithing like? We've got one guy who's pretty good at it. He's a master weaponsmith. Armouring. We've got one guy again who's pretty good at it. He's great at it. And then the weaponsmith is also a blacksmith and metal crafter. We do have other metal crafters, but that doesn't feel like the greatest of great manoeuvres. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to build a second magma forge. We're going to have one dedicated to the weaponsmith, one dedicated to the armor smith, and then we've got our two furnaces, smelters. And if I dedicate 2 people to work on those, we should be able to get some pretty decent throughput, right? Yeah? Seems to make sense. Lead is only good for goblets or toys. Goblets. Whew, lead goblets. Surely pewter. That would be better. But I suppose dwarves, they're hardier. They're hardier than us. Lead doesn't even make their hair fall out. Leggings is way easier to get away with. We'll do leggings then. You have to do a bunch of fucking around to do stack splitting. Well, much as I am known quite widely in this stream for fucking around, I don't know if it's the kind of fucking around I'm really into. Let's take a little look here. We've got wooden bolts being made. Well, we're not going to make steel bolts. We'll leave that out. We're going to forge the steel leggings, and let's get those underway. And then I'm going to build that second magma workshop. It needs... Where does it need its hole? Where does it need its hole? V Magma Forge needs it either side, so I'm going to put one there after we've channeled out a hole. D, not a dyer's shop, please. I would like to designate a dig. No, designate a channel. Sorry, and then we pop that there. Bingo. Once that's been channeled out, we can pop a workshop over the top, And fingers crossed, we'll end up with some good smelting stuff. Have I got orders in for bins? Because I have a feeling they're going to be pretty useful in the near future. Oh, is there one there? Bin? No. Okay. So I would like... oh, we could make lead bins. But then they are going to be an absolute fucker to carry up to the trade depot if we want to do that. Then again, we could just use... Can I designate the lead bins to only be used in particular stockpiles? Because if they're only in the bar stockpile, it won't matter. They'll just be a nice way of tidying stuff up. If you want to dupe adamantine, you need to do bolts or coins. And you're right, lead toys don't sound safe. They sound particularly dangerous. Then again, this is a fantasy setting, and in fantasy settings, they haven't discovered the poisonousness of lead. So we can be all fine about that. We just, write it off. It's like other horrible fantasy tropes that people just let fly. None come immediately to mind, but they almost certainly do exist. Oh, lovely bit of water there. Leggings. No, I wasn't looking for leggings, was I? Shit, I've forgotten what I was looking for. Bins. Obviously, I've typed bin in, and the screen is covered in different variations on bin. Let's just make wooden bins. Wooden bin, thank you very much. And I think we'll make 50 of the fuckers, because they're infinitely useful, often. Well, not infinitely useful, they're just quite cool. They're handy sometimes. They're all good. Do we have any other ores that could be smelted? There's an interesting proposition. And who is this little fella here working in this smeltery? Because if we can designate the guys who are actually working in the smeltery, these bedrooms, that would be just super special. Excuse me, I've got hiccups now. Again. Let's have a look at the workshop profile. This hasn't been specifically assigned to anybody. However, I am now going to look over here and say our armor smith is... What's your name? Come on, armor smith. Top row. Macho. It's Macho. Okay, so this is Macho's workshop. P-M-A search. M-A-C-H. There he is. This is Macho's workshop. And then this can be his bedroom. Won't that be lovely? Actually, let's put Macho's bedroom right next to where he works. That's going to be fantastic. There we go. Make bedroom. Assign bed. And it's going to belong to Macho. There he is. Macho dwarf. Cool. There's a little bit of pathing removed. I need to look at what my furnace operators are like as well. Just export the lead goods to the elves. Excellent thinking, Cupo. I like the way your mind's working there. Keep those gears spinning in the same direction, and I think we might make some serious progress tonight. There's going to be a load of mad-eyed, droopy-eared elves roaming around with all sorts of lead sickness on the brain. I like it. Feels good. Feels like the kind of thing I can get behind, you know? Let's Chernobyl those friendly outposts or whatever those places they live are called. Hello, Big Wee Wee 420. Good evening. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining us. Big Wee Wee 420. I mean, sometimes that's not something you want, to be honest. It can lose you opportunities. But, who am I to complain? Who am I to complain? You'd listen to a book narrated by me. Well, thank you very much. Maybe I'll have to break out some public domain classics and read them into the microphone. Do a little bit of literary ASMR. Sorry, that last bit was awful. Hello, Archimedes. Did I notice you earlier or did I miss that? Regardless. Hello, Archimedes. Lead is unsafe. Make everything out of pitch blende instead. I don't know what pitch blende is. Lead isn't actually poisonous in Dwarf Fortress, is it? Is it actually a poisonous thing? So if we make lead goblets, all the dwarves will go bald and bandy-legged? If that is indeed what lead poisoning does to you. Most of those long-term sort of slow metal poisons give you sort of like wobbly legs and make you lose loads of weight, don't they? Lose your hair? Or am I just generalising? Am I being a poison generalist? Am I being a poisonist? How rude of me. How utterly unforgivable. We could make a metal crafting workshop, couldn't we? And get some of that lead made into crafts for sale. I mean, it's just filling up that stockpile. And realistically, it has very little value beyond that. Let's see if they can use... In fact, let's see what they can make. JMQ. LEAD. No, don't put an F on the end. That's stupid. Maybe we could make... what can we make? Lead sarcophaguses. Now, that's not the word. I mean, it sounds cool, doesn't it? And you know, if something's been buried in a lead sarcophagus, it's probably going to be radioactive and therefore pretty fucking cool. Maybe we should do that. Maybe we should make a load of lead sarcophagi and send them to the elves in a symbolic gesture. You're going to need these. I mean, we're going to kill you all eventually. Once we've got bored of the animals you bring for trade, it's definitely going to happen, he says, knowing full well that long before that happens, the fortress will succumb to frame death. Pitchblende is an ore of uranium. Ah, well, there we go. I knew I'd heard the name, but I didn't realise it was an actual ore of uranium. Is that the yellow one? The yellow cake ore or something? I can't remember what it's called, but you can get a few... you can get uranium out of a few things, can't you? This is probably a very unsafe discussion to be having at a public forum that's recorded and broadcast, isn't it? I'm sure there's someone in an office somewhere at some security service in some country just going, oh, should we pop in and have a look at this? Let's have a little eyeball. Oh, they're talking about uranium. Naughty boys. Time to dispatch some kind of lethal force authorised operatives. Maybe? Hopefully not. Hopefully not. I mean, it would be a lot of effort to go through if you wanted to have coded meetings with other members of your putative terrorist organisation. It's a lot of effort to go to use Dwarf Fortress as a medium for that communication. It's too complicated. Just play a simpler game. Just Tetris or something. Tetris. Anyway, where was I? Sorry, I'm getting very confused. Lead makes you dumb. Drop lead at enemy fortresses, so poison their whole fortress for 60 chess. Well, that's interesting. We just plop it in the fence. In the fence? You know, the watery ditch. The moat. Pop it in the moat. Just get lots of little driplets of lead and boop, 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 in they go until eventually it's basically just wet lead beads. That would be cool. It'll certainly stop any fish from swimming around in it. Pitchblende is vaguely yellowish. Yellow cake is a uranium concentrate. Ooh. Do you reckon on the fuel they put in those rods it has made from uranium concentrate written on the side like with the orange juice? I mean, I doubt it. It doesn't. Why would they put that on? I mean, the people who are handling it are probably fully aware, or at least they better be fully aware of what they're handling, and probably don't need any extra extraneous, public health notices on it. Then again, can't help to remind people, I suppose. Warning, do not open, you will fucking die. I've never seen that written on anything. In fact, I very rarely see any kind of public information with swearing in it. Although you might take more attention. You might pay more attention if it did. Don't smoke. Don't fucking smoke. That would be a slogan. It might work. It'd probably upset more people than it would convince to stop smoking. But hey, who am I to say anything? I fucking smoke. Terrible. Bad idea. Think of a different idea, scoundrel. Oh, excuse me. I just got to move my leg here. I've been sitting cross-legged. Oh, God, that's nice. Oh, what a lovely stretch. Yellow cake isn't supposed to be all that dangerous, actually. Its big issue is that you can continue to process it and end up with the actual nuclear viable materials. Well, I'd imagine it's not, if the naturally occurring ores of like these radioactive heavy metals were that dangerous, I think people would have discovered them. There would be more sort of mythos around them, more kind of, we'd have heard of them through historical records more, because people would be like, oh, I went to that place with the yellow stuff and I died. I done, all my hair fell out and I ended up with no DNA. Oh, that kind of thing. Not that would be an authentic historical voice. It would be in Latin or something. Hello, Plutonium Jesus. Welcome back to the stream. Only consume freshly squeezed uranium. Surely you're more of a plutonium guy, right? I would have assumed. Or maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that's not a legit nomenclature. Anyway, lead. We're using lead to build stuff. Stuff that elves will presumably buy. Toys sounds good to me, because that gets the lead into their systems nice and young. Gives it a good chance to affect them, Gives them all a chance to get the old dum-dum syndrome. Let's make lead toys. Fuck it. Let's do it. Perpetual order, please. Just crank those bastards out. Bang, bang, bang. As many lead toys as you can create. Unless it's going to hog this stockpile. Let me have a quick stockpile. Workshop. We don't want no workshop hogging orders. Well, so far he's only making the steel leggings. That's good. The toys are presumably made in a crafts dwarf workshop. Let us explore this notion and check if it's correct. Is that a crafts dwarf workshop? Oh, piss off. I don't care about your baby. God. There we go. No, that's a crafts dwarf workshop making wooden bolts. Let's give him a moment. Let's give a moment for that order to be ratified by the manager and handed out before I start sitting there going, oh, it's not there. It's not there. Dark place achieved. That's right, Claycree. Got to visit at least one of the corners of the Triangle of Trouble every stream, otherwise it doesn't really count. It's like going to Amsterdam from another country and neither smoking weed or having sex with prostitutes. I mean, you've got to pick one, right? Why else are you going? Are you really going to see that Vermeer? No, you're not. Don't lie. Come on. We all know. Sorry, apologies to the people of Amsterdam. Been twice, and it was a very nice city. Very nice city. Very nice city indeed. Fucking expensive as well. Where were we? Let's look at the old Van Gogh tulips, bicycles. True, they're all there, but I mean, you can go anywhere in the Netherlands to experience those. Well, I suppose a lot of it, the art is actually concentrated in Amsterdam, but whatever. Whatever. Let's not stray too heavily from the Dwarven Fortress path. Let's get back into the weeds of our game here. Oh god, choice of words. I've been twice. No, I did the same thing both times, and I took my girlfriend. So work it out. Work it out. It was either super spicy, or it was kind of, you know, what happened. Let's divert from this. Let's move to a different tack, because we've now been from the dark place to the pink place, and it's only a matter of time before we hit the brown place. Oh, hello. You can't see it, but it's gone all greyed out on my screen, and I'm getting the Windows 10 Aero whirling round and round. I suppose it's probably because the game's saving, right? That makes sense. What's that red lake close to my base, says Ray May many moons ago, because I missed him in chat, or her, them in chat. That is the cone of a volcano. The magma in that has allowed me to tap into a very simplified version of the metal smithing workflow very early on. Normally it revolves around getting wood, charcoal, digging out coal, bituminous coal, that kind of shit, and I can't be bothered, so almost every time I play I look for a site with a volcano and I go there, because you can just go, here's some magma, now melt your steel with that, sir. Everything is hunky-dory. Let me have a look at the orders. Have they made all those leggings? Haven't even made a single pair of leggings. I'm not going to lie, that is disappointing. It's very disappointing. Maybe we need to go in, find our little lad who's doing the actual forge work, and disable all of his other labours. That feels sensible to me. Let's give it a crackle. I'm not going to pause the game because I'm feeling very confident. And we're going to go over here into Dwarf Therapist and take a little peeky boo at who it is doing what. Our armour smith here is Macho. So, Macho, you are now no longer... Oh, you can treat prisoners and recover wounded. That's okay. But you are now no longer doing any of these mundane, quotidian, boring hauling tasks. You're just going to work in the forges, okay? You're going to work on that glowing steel tan. Lovely. Okay, so Macho's now doing the right thing. We're also going to do the same thing for our weaponsmith, because once we've got them working on that kind of stuff, we don't want them getting distracted by other boring tasks from throughout the fortress. The fortress? Excuse me, my mind appears to be shutting down. There we go. Lovely. So that's that all set up. Let's go back and see how that affects the behaviour of our fine little fellas. You're going to start cranking out some... Oh, hello. You can actually build the old workshop here. BW Magma furnace, magma forge V. There we go. Oh, I do love a good bit of humming in some music. I like this background track. Let's make this one out of obsidian, because why not? There we go. Actually, there was a game came out recently. I don't know. I never actually played the game, but I heard some of the soundtrack. They had a really good humming track on that. What was it? The Hunt or something? I think it was called. It had like a good like little theme tune for it that was just a load of guys humming. I like a bit of humming, and who doesn't? Everything seems to have gone a bit quiet, doesn't it? Shall we begin once again? I feel like we should. What time is it, and how long have I been streaming for? Oh my god, I've been recording for 45 minutes. The Hunt Showdown, that was it, yes. Did I dig in the volcano? No. I will show you how I tapped the volcano in a moment. It's kind of funny to live somewhere where weed's been legal for a long time because the whole dude weed hype doesn't really exist. Where are you again, Science? You're... Canadadia? Canadadia? I forget. It's so difficult to remember where everybody's from. You get everyone's sort of names, and then you kind of think, okay, because obviously I only really know you guys through text, so you know, you got a vague idea of who everybody is, and you can kind of pin a name to a certain, you know, way of writing kind of thing. But beyond that, it's like kind of difficult to remember who's everywhere. British Columbia, yeah, of course. Oh yeah, no, weed's been, yeah, that's been forever. You've had that. I mean, British Columbia's famous for it. Very famous for it. I've seen, what's that one called? The Union, the film? That's pretty good. Anyway, let's get this music back on. Sorry. And let's show our fine new viewer how we tap this magma, shall we? They're here to learn-ish. I mean, they're not going to learn anything of value here, but they're here for it anyway, so we'll try. Okay, I set up my magma furnaces in this little room here, and I dug a chamber out below. Now, if you dig... Now, this is apocryphal. I don't actually know if this is necessarily true, but it appears to have worked. If you dig into the magma diagonally, like this... You see this? Hang on. The mouse is funny on there. Like that, okay? That means there's no pressure in it. And so it just sort of flows into the area and stays at the right height. I think if you tap into it just side on, you get the pressure, and so it just goes and sort of levels out inside your fortress, which is bad. I had originally planned, if you see this tunnel here, to go to the top surface level and then just channel out the magma so it dripped down that stairway and went into those tunnels, but that would have taken a hell of a lot longer. And there was a point where we had somebody caught in a mood looking for a furnace, and we had to go. So we sacrificed one of the old randos, and not a rando, a numbered rando. You don't know who that is, don't worry. If you hang around, it will eventually become clear. But one of the randos got vaporized doing it, and it was a noble sacrifice on their part that we shall remember forever in terms of this fortress. So that is up until the point where the fortress stops. That's a bit of babbling for you. Let's have a little look at what's going on then. Everything is paused because something happened. I forget what it was, so we may well have either been told about a pregnancy or had monsters turn up, but I don't think so. Yes, it was a birth. Bloody babies. Oh, another birth. We must be 9 months after a cold, long winter night, it would seem. I was going to dig out more of this this dining hall, wasn't I? Let's do that. Let's set this out to be dug out like this. Is that cool? That's cool enough, I think. Should be big enough. Then we can whack in some more tables, which presumably we have some of. How many tables have we got? Let's have a little look at this. Walkway, chair, table. Okay. We've got a few tables. We can already put in a few little tables here to expand the dining experience. Won't that be lovely? And we should probably also put some chairs in, because, you know, eating is cool standing up. I don't mind doing it, but a lot of people really complain if you ask them to do it. So let's provide them with some kind of arse holsters. There we go. Good. Very nice. Magma doesn't pressurize. it just flows slower through the diagonal. Oh, okay, so you get a chance to get away rather than preventing your fortress from flooding with magma. Well, hoping to prevent your fortress from being flooded with magma, not actually necessarily preventing it, because as we all know, floods happen and often magma is the material with which that flood is done. Done? Floods aren't done. Floods are not performative actions, they're natural things. Anyway, let's finish off my water there. I may have to go and get another one because I'm getting a particularly dry mouth, which is not excellent when you want to keep talking, but then again, it can be worked through. Good. So now the dining hall can be significantly bigger. Let's find the chair with which the dining hall was created. Throne room or study? It's not a chair, it's a table. Stupid scoundrel. Let's resize the room. Bang. Maximum size. Beautiful. Good. And then let's bung the rest of our tables in. How many do we have left? Not that many, I would wager. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. No, I don't want to place an armor stand. There we go. Just make a nice long line of tables until we run out. That's it. The last one. That's the last one. Good. And then we'll come back with chairs. Hopefully, I ordered the same number of chairs as I ordered of tables, but of course, no guarantees. Although guarantees weren't needed because it was actually just the fact. Okay. Oh, hello. 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 Something's happened here. I don't see an exclamation mark for a possession or anything. Oh, given birth to a boy, have we? Oh, congratulations. Well fucking done. Ugh. Babies. I've always felt a little bit bitter towards dwarf fortress babies ever since I discovered you can't throw them into the volcano. Such a disappointment. I was hoping to truly curry favour with the gods, and then I was just denied. Horribly denied. I mean, what is the dwarf fortress world coming to when you're not even free enough to fling a baby into a volcano? Your own fucking baby. I mean, come on. People. What's going on here? Okay, let's go down a bit further. The jeweller's workshop, not really being used very much, but then again, I haven't really ordered anyone to make any jewellery or cut any things, so that's cool. I mean, what other workshops do we not have? We need to just get one of each at least, right? Just for the style of it, right? Just for the cool points. A clothier's shop, a loom. No, there's not really anything good left, right? All of the good stuff. Oh no, siege work. Let's put a siege workshop in. Oh, it's a pretty big boy. Look at that. We'll make it out of obsidian because we've got plenty of that. There we go. And obsidian is cool. Is there anything else we want to build? We didn't get the farmer's workshop in the end, did we? Maybe I should pop one of them up top. I'll pop one of those farmer's kitchens, farmer's workshops rather, into the food court. Where is the food court? There it is. And we'll bung it just here. Here. There we go. We'll bung it there. And then we should be able to maybe shear some people, get a loom in. Shear people? I mean, shear some wool-bearing animals. And then we'll be able to weave some kind of cloth and such from them. Oh, hello. We've pinged to the side of the map. It looks like migrants. Are we talking about migrants here? Ah, more migrants. Our population, which was already a little bit too large to handle, has swollen once again. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. Look at the little lads marching onto the screen. Some of you had better have cool skills. Otherwise it's going to be hauling duty for you. All the way. That's a lot of dwarves. Oh, they're still coming. Oh, they just keep coming. Okay. Yeah, we definitely can't cope with numbers like these. Our infrastructure is going to be up against the wall. 73 dwarves, 74 dwarves, 75 dwarves, 76 dwarves, 77 dwarves, 78 dwarves. Holy shit, how many dwarves are we going to end up with? 79? Is it going to stay steady at 79? Nope. No, fuck you, scoundrels. 79, that's a tiny number. We're looking for big numbers here. 81? That's not even the full numbers, because there's actually 2 more dwarves who are just happier than the main population. Ooh, what was that? True Leveler is raiding with a party of 14. Oh, hello, True Leveler. Welcome. Thanks for joining us. I've seen you streaming Dwarf Fortress before. I think I may have popped in for a bit, but I've been watching a lot of Dwarf Fortress lately, so I can't guarantee, but I definitely will now, for 100% certain. And once again, thank you very much. Let's see what Sophsalot said just a minute ago. Cupo says, floods like shit happens, but also sometimes floods of shit. That is very true. That can happen. If the sewer gets screwed, I mean, you don't know what was going to be on that street. If you can bring the babies to the volcano, bring the volcano to the babies. That's true. Although, this is a dark place for the new viewers to start watching, isn't it? Although you can't technically fling the volcano into the baby, you are right. I could make a special immolation chamber, place the baby in the chamber, open a floodgate, bish bash bosh, no more baby, sacrifice achieved. So there is that. I suppose I didn't really put my mind to it. I didn't think like a dwarf. I didn't think mechanically. And instead I thought, oh, baby, I can't throw it into the lava. What's wrong with that? This could change the next fortress. This could change the religion. We could make a return to volcano worshipping. But we'll see, we'll see. I mean, we might get to it in this fortress. Things seem to be going pretty well so far, if the population can hold. So I'm thinking maybe even put a temple over the volcano. That's future talk. That's future talk. Let's do some now talk. Let's have a look at what's going on. Well, first off, over to therapist, because of course we need to check out our new arrivals. We need to see what they're like. We had 52 dwarves, 1 baby and 1 child. We now have 76 adults, 3 children and 4 vulnerable babies, just waiting to be plopped into that magma. Let's have a sort by migration wave. And then we'll look at the most recent wave, which consists of 29 dwarves. Can't even have them all on screen at once, unless... Excuse me. How crude of me. How very crude. Okay, still can't have them all on screen. But your text is getting a little bit dinky if I go any farther. Let's also collapse, that's the word. Collapse the prior waves. And then maybe we'll see more. No. Okay, there's always a few off the screen, but whatever. Let's have a little look at the miners. Have we brought any miners with you? Migration wave? That's not a thing. Migration waivers? No. We've got a woodcutter who is not... Oh, no, sorry, he's a bower. He's not particularly good. I mean, the skill level is skilled, but 4 I've seen higher. We've also got here... what's this? That's a stonecrafter. These are all very bland single-digit skills. We've got a high master gelder. So maybe we should be getting a few nuts off here. Maybe we should be chopping some knackers back, pruning the crotches of our livestock. Then again, we already have someone who's pretty shit hot at gelding, if I remember rightly. I mean, we even have someone designated as the Fortress Gelder, even though we haven't gelded a single animal. We've got a couple of medical dwarves here. We've got a fairly decent wound dresser and suturer. Maybe we should build a hospital. We've got a bone setter who's a novice and a novice wound dresser. So that's meh. So far so good. We've got a lie maker who is accomplished. Sure. Isn't that another word for politician? Sorry. What are we looking at here? Possibly a contender for the worst joke I've ever told, let alone worst joke I've ever told on stream. Let's have a little look here. What have we got here? A weaver. Dream weaver, make me a jumper out of dreams, please. Glassmaker. We've already got a glassmaker, but it's nice to have a spare just in case. A high master dyer. Yeah, sure. Another glassmaker. He's better. He's an accomplished glassmaker. We could be using him later on, once we find that sand. We've got a wax worker. I think Clinadev might want the wax worker, so we'll save him for later, just in case Clinadev turns up. And then he can have his beloved wax worker. Wax worker. Sorry, getting a bit ahead of myself there. It looks like we've got nobody who's ever managed to kill. But we do have someone with 6 points in Swords Dwarf. A talented swordsman. Very nice. Also, 6 is in a couple of the other skills as well. Dishmab, you're a dark horse, aren't you? Where did you get these wonderful skills? Maybe we should slap you in the military. Not that we actually have anything to speak of, military-wise. Let's actually sort people by squad, just in case I did set one up last time and I've just forgotten. Nope, we have no military whatsoever, so it probably would be a good idea to start getting that cracking. But we'll see. Also, while we're here, let's go back to the labour screen and sort by has nickname. Does anybody want a dwarf named after them? Because we've got 10 with nicknames right now, and there are 73 dwarves yet to be given any kind of attention from the audience, so feel free to request. Let's have a look here. Lucid Spectre says, "Hi Scoundrel, just joined. Why are we sacrificing babies?" Well, in this particular fortress we're not, but in a prior fortress where I had planned a bit of RP around the idea of a volcano cult, worshipping, throwing prisoners and stuff and making sacrifices, I had attempted to throw a baby into the magma. You know, I tried, but it just didn't work. There was no mechanism by which I could have it happen, and it discouraged me greatly. But as you probably noticed when you came in, we've kind of refined our thinking on the whole thing and discovered there are probably ways beyond just, you know, lobbing them to get babies into magma. So we'll see what happens. I think the real difficulty is isolating the baby from the parent reliably. I mean, they'll carry them into battle, so you just got to wait for that moment when they put them down and then, I don't know, get someone to build a wall as quick as you can. I mean, the idea of, it's not difficult to find babies separated from their parents. Happens all the time. It's just difficult to get them on their own, deliberately. At least in my experience. Not that I have a lot of experience trying to separate children from their parents. Definitely not that kind of stream. Let's have a look there. Hello, Macho. Welcome back. 07 to you too. Or O/. Who needs hospitals except for the babies, perhaps? Please name the Swords Dwarf Lucid Spectre. I can do that. Let's go to the military screen, sort by Swords Dwarf ship, and find our new arrival. Here he is. Dishmab Egulogoden no more. You are now Lucid Spectre. Lucid. Let's see if the underscore works. Spectre. Boom. Hey, it works. Let's commit that change. And there we go. Lucid Spectre is now a Swords Dwarf within the fortress. Of course, not actually in a military at the moment, but that'll happen once we get round there. Once we get round to building our military, we'll get there. In fact, let's take a moment now to head back to the fortress and look into military matters, because I keep talking about it and I have yet to do anything about it. Now, we also need to deal very seriously with the bed situation, because we have this teeny weeny dormitory here and a few bedrooms assigned, and otherwise nothing. So I'm thinking it might be wise to start doing a bedroom floor, right? Although that is an awkward thing because that's going to fuck pathing. We always want people to be able to sleep on the floor they're working on, which means taking more time and care. Oh, it's difficult. So difficult. Okay. So our Siege Engineer's workshop isn't built yet. Or is it? Am I misconstruing the tile? Show me. It's built alright. We can build siege stuff. But what? Again, siege engineering, another realm of the game that I have yet to even glance at more than superficially. Barely touched it, so fingers crossed we'll actually get something out of that. We have another 2 floors still without any kind of exploitation going on, so maybe, just maybe, we should whack a couple of workshops in. But again, we looked through the workshop list and we haven't really got much less that's not covered. We really need to find just stuff for dwarves to do now. Siege workshop, mechanics workshop, still. We don't have a fishery, but do I really want dwarves hauling fish from the river all the way through the fortress into here to start gutting them and then moving them back up to the dining area? I don't think so. I think that will make the fortress smell pretty fishy pretty quickly. So maybe if we go up to the dining area, we can put the fishery in there. The fishery? Okay, it won't let me do it there. There we go. Build workshop. What's a fishery? It's H for fishery. There we go. Let's pop that in there. Presumably it will get used without me doing too much effort, but we shall see. We shall see. Other than that, I think really it's only the textile stuff left that's really of any interest. We've got the loom and the clothier's shop, so let's put a loom in here. There we go. If we gave it a window, it would be a loom with a view. That was terrible. Fucking hell. I'm going to be punished one day for all these puns. Someone's going to find me and they will make me suffer. But I will be also cackling maniacally going, my puns, they got to you. They got deep into your heart and left hooks that could not be unhooked. I mean, I don't know why I would suddenly start talking like that, but I feel like I would. I feel like that's how I would behave in the situation where I'd been hunted down by a viewer and threatened with death. Obviously I wouldn't, I'd be crying. Oh God, please don't kill me, Mr. Crazy. I don't mean crazy, I mean Mr. Viewer. So where were we? Udil El Bellicum, sorry, not Bollicum. The Potter has given birth to a girl. Oh yay, another baby. Woo! Just what we were looking for. Another useless little mouth to feed. I mean, we've really got to deal with this bed situation, which means bedrooms. And you know what I'm going to do, actually? I'm going to go down to this floor. Where do we do it? I've got a notion. I've got an absolute bloody notion. Let's go down here. Watch this. Watch this. We can do a little tiny corridor. Just coming off there. Yeah? Bang! All the way to the surface. Oh, not all the way to the surface. All the way to magma floor. Bingo. There we go. And then we just do this. Look at the size of this bedroom. That is appallingly large. I mean, they don't have to be that big. But no. I'm making them that big. There we go. And then every single floor has a spare bedroom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There we go. That's 11 of my 76 dwarves, sorry, 85 dwarves, who are now going to have lovely new bedrooms. Won't that be splendid? Won't that be special? I mean, I could also put one on the other side, but I don't want to make too many of these, because we want to keep the dwarves who are doing tasks in workshops or in specific places always on that floor. That will allow us to keep more frames per second. We're already down to 70, and the fortress isn't even that big yet. So we're going to have to be super gentle with this kind of thing. Very careful with our pathing. Very careful indeed. And now we sit and watch more mining getting done. Isn't this exciting? No, says everybody watching, so we'll go and do something else while the digging is performed. Oh yes, the loom. The loom. We put the loom in there. We put a bed up here for the loom worker. Loom weaver. And then maybe some doors. I think doors will probably be good on a bedroom, right? People do love having a door on their bedroom. Makes it much more convenient should you wish to do something private. Let's put another bed in here. Build bed. Someone said something in chat. Macho is out of booze. Oh, lack-a-day. Disastrous. What a tragedy. I mean, that doesn't sound very sincere, I know, but I do still... I wish you had booze. I wish you did. Unless, of course, you're an alcoholic and this is slowly destroying you, in which case, put the bottle down. Put the bottle down. You don't need it. It just feels good. It's not keeping you going. Although, actually, technically, depending on how much of an alcoholic you are, stopping drinking dead can actually kill you. So do consult your doctor. Don't listen to me. I don't know anything. I'm not a medical professional. Hell, I'm no kind of professional. I'm a complete amateur on every level of my life. In fact, you could almost call me a professional amateur, which I know. It's kind of an oxymoron, and by kind of I mean an absolute. Let's pop some more beds in. No, not a bed, I want a door in there. Come on, scoundrel, you know what you're doing. You done fucked up. There we go. Let's remove that. Now we build a door. That's the correct item. Oh, don't tell me I put a bed in the doorway of the other one as well. Flipping well did as well. There we go. Now, where was I? Ah, yes. BD for door. Bang. Doors. Yes. They're the future. There we go. Everyone's getting Gabbro doors. Oh no, that one's got some nice doors. Or nice, depending on how you choose to pronounce it. Or maybe you even know the correct pronunciation. Ooh, very exciting. We've run out of doors. No, tell a lie. The cursor just moved miles away from where I thought it was going to be. There we go. There's another door. How can we have run out of doors with such a stockpile developed? Mad thinking. That's what that is. Mad thinking. Oh, for God's sake. Just keep the cursor where... That's it. Oh, okay. Right, so that's a little bit of bedroom construction underway. What other things do we need to do? I mean, realistically, we're just sort of catering for a shitload of dwarves, aren't we? I do need more tables and chairs. Let's have a little look. Have I got tables and chairs on order? No. Okay. Well, in that case, let's order some beds up first. Let's order 50 beds, because I'm pretty sure... In fact, let's order 70 beds, because I'm fairly sure we're going to need them. Let's also add an order for... what was the other thing I came in for? Not beds. Oh, hello, Macho. Sorry, Sergeant Indy. Welcome to the stream again. Thanks for joining us. And also, thanks to the follow, from Basilius Basilion, I think. Could be pronouncing that wrong, but that's my best attempt. Apologies if I mauled your name. Where were we? I'll check chat in a second. I'm just trying to remember what I was doing here. I just put in an order for beds. What was the other thing that we needed? Tables and chairs. Tables and chairs. T-A-B-L-E. Could we have some rock tables, please? I'm going to want probably 70 of those as well. And could we also have some chairs? Chair? Rock chair? These are chains, not chairs. Okay, I should search for thrones. There we go. Could I have a rock throne? Thank you very much. 70 of those. Bingo. I think we're good, aren't we? Yeah. The steel leggings. Oh, we've only got 2 left out of 10 to be made. Very promising. Very promising indeed, which means we need to find those leggings and get them smelted. Although we can do that relatively easily through the stock screen. If I go stocks, E for enhanced view, leg. Oh, okay, that's lag. Leg. There we go. Steel chain leggings. Let's get what? 2-legged rhino lizard remains. Sure, why not? Is it capital D to melt? It is capital D to melt. Let's melt all of these chain leggings and then reclaim all that fine steel. Sweet, sweet magical steel from nothing. Gotta love it. Where were we? Sorry, let's have a look back at chat. I was going to catch up, wasn't I? I was going to catch up. Can you show us quickly the lava moat? I can now, although compared to when you asked for that, it's not quick, is it? Never mind. There you go, Lucid Spectre. It's I'll show you the feeding mechanism soon on. Sergeant Iddy says, sorry I missed you coming on. I've actually been looking forward to it all day, but I've been programming. I got caught up in a mess. It is easy to lose time when you're doing stuff like that. It's quite easy for time to just slip away. When I was building my save load system, I designed it around specifically 6 levels. I knew I was wrong. That was a problem for future me. Well, future me is now me, and now me hates past me. But I think I've got it sorted. But there you go. That's good. Fingers crossed it all comes out fine in the end, working like a well-oiled machine. Hello, Zip. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining us. And there we go. Balius Basilian again. Perfect English pronunciation. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate the comment. The compliment, that's the word. I suppose compliments are a subsection of comments, right? There is some overlap in that semantic Venn diagram, maybe. This looks like an extremely rude sign from another country. I better not do that. Macho is on it. The leggings. He is. Macho is currently banging out those leggings like no problems. It isn't D to melt. D is dump. M is melt. You're dumping your leggings. Well, there's a phrase that could have some double meaning. Let's go to the stock screen then and remedy the situation because I've obviously made a boo-boo. E. There we go. Let's undump. Oh, shit. Mumsy, what's going on? Legg. There we go. Found it again. So, Shift D to undump. That's right. We're de-dumping everything. And now we melt. No? M? Can I not? No, they're currently in a job. Okay. Alright, whatever. Get to melting, though. Come on, dwarves. Do your deeds. Do your dirty deeds and do them dirt cheap. As the old ACs of DC once said. Can we get some beds in this stack of bedrooms? Or it looks like my lazy way of marking them all out has led to a very haphazard, nay, slapdash method of digging it out, and now we've got none of the bedrooms finished and all of them partially begun. Fantastic. Fantastic. I practically shit the bed. Not physically, obviously, in a figurative sense. Metaphorical shit. Not literal shit. Nobody likes literal shit. With perhaps the exclusion of dung beetles and other fecivores? What is it? Are there any animals that exist exclusively on shit? I imagine there's some bacteria and whatnot, microbes and things, but are there any animals that exist exclusively by consuming the feces of other animals? Seems like a niche that may have been filled at some point through the process of evolution. But I don't know. I mean, does the dung beetle does it eat the poo? Is that what it's doing when it's rolling it along? Is it just pushing that shit around going, can't wait to get this home, yum 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 yum, wait till my wife sees the size of the ball of turd I've rolled up? That can't be the case, surely. I know animals do eat poop. I mean, gorillas eat their own poo. They go for a second go round on the old leaves they've been eating. Yes, saves it for later. Hello, Fuzzy Logic. We've just completed our trip round the Triangle of Trouble. Just in case you were wondering, Fuzzy, we started in the dark place, we went to the pink place, and now we've ended up back home in the brown place. It's good. It's good. It's circular. Well, actually, by definition, it's triangular. But yeah, you get what I mean, right? Come on, dwarves, dig out these bedrooms. I mean, really. You are very good miners. I'm not going to start disparaging your skills, but I feel like I might need to raise some questions about your motivation. You don't seem to be taking the orders I've placed entirely seriously. Excuse me while I rearrange my legs. There we go. I don't know if you can notice, but I'm sitting on a cushion that is sitting on top of a beanbag, which actually works as an incredible insulation stack. And the heat from my buttocks is building up to quite intense levels. Watch out when I stand up. If the camera's still on, you may well see a puff of steam. It won't be pleasant smelling, but thankfully only the camera only takes in light, so you won't really notice anything too bad about it. Although, you never know. Something bad might happen. Keep watching. If that's the kind of thing you're into. What am I talking about? Okay, let's go and look at that moat like I said I was going to a minute ago. So, there's the moat, just 3 wide, dug out, one level down. The fence around that moat there is all made of wood. You don't have to worry about it catching fire, apparently. I did think it was a bit of a boob when I built it. Turns out, nothing to worry about. Then you go up to the top there, and all that's been floored over, so hopefully nobody can get in from the roof. And then, if we go down, you can see that moat actually proceeds all the way over to the volcano cone here, and then is tapped diagonally once again. And the access corridors that I originally built as a flooding mechanism down there are now merely empty, because they turned out not to be needed. I wasn't tapping from the top, so everything's fine and dandy. I've just noticed the magma is changing levels. It's okay. I thought normally when I tap it from the top we get these weird sloshing number patterns, but I thought because we were viewing inside the stack that it hadn't happened this time, but of course it has. Of course it has. You can't take magma out of a cone without it sloshing. It's impossible. Hello, what have we got going on here? Is it raining? Yes, it's raining. Rain hits the magma and sploosh, steam. Sorry, lava. It's on the surface, it's lava. Under the ground, that's when it's magma. It's like stalactites and stalagmites, except very different. someone's grown to become a drake? Every time I see the word drake, for some reason my mind conjures up an image of a dragon, like a fire drake, but of course it's just a male duck. Big disappointment there. Oh, we've run out of logs for beds, have we? Well, it looks like I better start designating some trees for cutting down. Oh, hello. I don't care if herbalists are giving birth to girls. This is unimportant to me. If the baby is unable to do labour, it doesn't exist to me. Build trees. Not build trees. That's completely wrong. Designate trees for chopping. BT is actually build tables. Right, I'm going to... who am I designating here? This one? Yeah, sure. This one. Haven't really paid much attention to what I've been chopping down and not chopping down. I could probably have made good headway on the booze front using fruit from trees earlier on, but turns out I was a little bit too lazy and or forgetful for that survey to either happen or be remembered. I might have given it a few seconds of attention, but not enough. Not enough. There we go. There's a few trees designated for chopping. Get those down, get them back in the fortress, and we'll see how things work out bed-wise. Otherwise, I'm going to have to return to the making tons of lead sarcophagi plan. And I don't think dwarves are going to enjoy sleeping in sarcophagi. Maybe they will, though. Who knows? It's entirely possible. Let's get rid of this gem stockpile. I forgot about that. We've moved everything down below for them now. Down below. Is that gems? No. That's gems. Okay. So, PX. De-designate. And some of those 30 idlers can take all that shit downstairs where it belongs. We don't want our uncut gems mucking about up here, do we? Let's go down to the gems workshop and see how it all pans out. There we go. Come on, lads. Get those gems down here. Hopefully they'll take a time. Will they sort bins out if the contents of a bin don't quite fit with the settings of the stockpile, I wonder? I'm hoping that we haven't just jumbled up all our cut and uncut gems. Then again, I don't really think we've cut that many gems. In fact, we've barely cut any, so it's probably unlikely that we've actually jumbled stuff up. I mean, this is the only bin we have for cut gems. Oh, another berth. Brilliant. Oh, wait, no, stop it. Thank you. Okay, we've got 86, 87, 88 dwarves. Oh my god, the population cap's 200. What are we going to do with that kind of numbers? Those kind of numbers. What are we going to do? How are we going to cope with this many mouths to feed? We're already probably maxing out our plump helmets quite dramatically. In fact, we're probably going to have food problems, aren't we? Let's have a little look at the foods. The foods kitchen. Got 153 plump helmets. We've got 3 rice plants, 3 rye, and 1 whipvine. What other seeds have we got? Let's have a look at the seeds. Okay, we've got a few. It's all good. Drinks. Okay, we seem okay for booze. And so much milk. So much milk. Probably a good time to butcher some animals, actually. Don't we have any eggs? Why are our nest boxes not working? Let's have a little peeky poo at the nest boxes. What's going on here? Nest box unclaimed. Okay. I thought that happened automatically, but maybe I'm a fool. Maybe I'm a blithering idiot. Mathematically, says Fuzzy Logic, every triangle has a circle which passes through all 3 points. That's true. That's very true. You need to forbid booze brewing or you'll have a big problem soon. Okay, do you mean with the plump helmets? Or just in general? Booze cooking. That's a good point. Booze cooking. I forgot about booze cooking. Even though it was staring me in the face. Drinks. There we go. Drinks. I would like to disable cooking. Capital C. Bingo. There we go. Do not cook with booze. Not even sherry. There we go. Okay, do we need to worry about our masons throughput? Let's have a look at what orders we've got ordered in with the manager and see what could be done quicker. Obviously making wooden bolts, but I think we haven't actually set the Boas workshop up properly, or the Craftsdorf workshops are already full and we can't do anything about that. The Galena ore's being smelted, that's good, giving us an abundance of lead. We've probably made quite a few lead toys. but of course, because it's an infinite order, we can't see that. Still 67 beds, 44 tables, and 46 thrones. Oh, great. They're not making tables and thrones at the same rate. Brilliant. That was exactly what I was hoping for, in a sort of not kind of way. We could probably bang out some silver hammers as well. Let's do that. We've got loads of silver. Oh, actually, we need to check our steel bars. Check our steel bars. Stocks, ESTEL. Still got a shitload of chain leggings, because I didn't set them to be melted. I did set them to be melted. Shit. Oh, steel bars. There we go. That's all good. Okay, so we've got 24 steel bars. Let's let this melting cycle finish, and then we'll just make as many steel leggings as we can. Excuse me and my coughing there. A bit rude, wasn't it? Nearly went right into the microphone. Oh, excuse me. Oh my goodness, we've been going for an hour and a half already. What? How does Dwarf Fortress eat time so effectively? Is it some kind of Langolier? There we go. There's a little Stephen King reference for the King readers among you. Hopefully somebody got that. Okay, let's put the beds in these bedrooms. There we go. Bed. There we go. Sorry, I can't stop myself saying "but" every time I push the B button. I will stop eventually, but I may have to be apprehended by the police in order for that to happen. Sorry. Oh god, I can't even press the right buttons. I've become so enamoured with my own noise making that I can't actually cope with the keyboard. Okay. I wonder when the next traders are going to arrive. That's probably the first movie I watched from him. What was that? What movie was that? I made a reference 10 seconds ago that I literally can't remember anymore. What the hell did I say? Langolier. Oh, yes, the Langoliers. Yes, of course, yeah. Actually, if I remember rightly, the movie wasn't terrible. It was like a made-for-TV kind of thing, wasn't it? It was Langoliers? Langoliers? I think. I could be wrong. I mean, it's a fictional word, so spellings can be forgiven if they're wrong, I think. Fictional words, you've got to have a bit of leeway. And if somebody asked me to spell most of the dwarven names in this, I would get a few right, but I would be very frustrated. I genuinely despise the dwarven naming system. I would much rather they were called things like, I don't know, Barry, Gary, Kevin, Darren, Alan, Keith, Reginald. You know, names. Obviously, of course, female names as well. I mean, let's not be sexist here. Aren't most of them Urist? That is the common conception. But I think you'll find Urist is, although a normal dwarf name, is not that common. Let's have a quick look at how many Urists we currently have in the fortress. We'll exclude all the ones that will have nicknames. We'll just head down here to TU. Okay, we have one Urist in the city. One. Whereas we have two Zons. So, if anything, Zon is the dwarven name. Two Cadols. Two Domasses. Yeah, Urist, definitely a dwarven name. Definitely a legit dwarven name, but not actually as common as people think. Surprisingly uncommon. We really are churning out that silver and lead, aren't we? I don't think we're actually going to be denting our lead reserves anytime soon. We need to start doing something a little bit more impressive. Maybe we should start decorating things with lead. That might work. We should also get some more spiked balls. You know what? Let's graduate from spiked wooden balls to spiked silver balls. Oh, I love this song. Just in case anyone's wondering what we're listening to, it's the music from Sound Sense by Simon Swerwer. It's very good. Ah, I've left you on the old therapist, haven't I? Boop. There we go. Now we're back in the fortress. And you can see what's going on. And you can bathe in the beautiful high-definition graphics of Dwarf Fortress. So many pixels being pushed so elegantly around the screen. Still thinking about something to do with lead. We've got some more beds on the go. That's very nice. Have I missed any of these bedrooms? That one appears to have had a cage put in it, which is not what I intended. Vertical silver bars. Okay. Sure. Whatever. And there's no more rooms below that anyway, so we're all good there. There we go. That's been removed. Puts a bed in. Building present. Building my arse. They've removed it. Let's try again. There we go. A lovely coconut palm bed. Think of the booze we could have brewed with coconuts. Dwarven daiquiris. Is a daiquiri coconut drink? I don't know. I don't actually know that much about cocktails. I had more to drink over my birthday than I've had in the entire year preceding it. And that was only 4 or 5 bottles of beer. Ridiculous. Yeah, that was my birthday on Monday. Thank you to everyone who said happy birthday, by the way. And just in case you're wondering, 39. I'm getting closer to that high score table. One day. It's not going to happen, is it? It's just not going to happen. Daiquiri is rum and lime and sugar. Okay. What's a coconutty cocktail then? Thank you very much, Cupo. What's a coconutty cocktail? I feel like there's a very common cocktail that's quite heavy on the old coconut flavour, but I can't. Malibu is that pina colada. That's the one. Yes, pina colada with the correct accents over the top of the N as well. Very professional, Cupo. Either you are an incredibly anal retentive person, or you're using a mobile phone, because the iPhone is fun for putting accents on stuff. Just hold the keyboard down. It's easy peasy. Rum can be made from coconut, I think. So let's get on a little side. Let's get on a tangent here. Booze. What defines like a vodka, a rum, a gin? Is it what it's made from? Because as I understand it, vodka is made of potatoes in some places, but can also be made of other stuff. So is the booze defined by the... Oh, shit. Is it defined by the process of making it or the materials with which it's made, or is it a combination of both? How is a booze defined? Because like I know there's the difference between bourbon and whiskey is, I think, where it's made, isn't it? Like champagne and other sparkling wines, say for example Prosecco. I don't know. I'm not an expert on booze. I don't drink very much anymore. I used to drink a lot. A vile force of darkness. Sorry. A vile force of darkness has arrived. Okay, what have we got here? Let's take a peek at what our enemy is. I'm not actually seeing anything here. Oh no, on the right-hand side of the screen. It looks like goblins. Damn. Bloody goblins. If I can actually click on one, that would be nice. Come on, mouse. Give me a break. Anyway, regardless, they're up the top. So what we have to do is get everybody inside, which means going to the military screen, going to the alert screen, going over to burrow 1 and restricting the civs to the burrow. Once we've done that, let's go down here and check how many are outside the gates. Well, thanks to my poor timber planning, lots of people are outside the gates, which is a bit of an issue. However, we should be okay. I'm going to unpause it, allow as many people as I can to run through the gates. We're going to watch from above for goblins. Just going to pause it briefly. Where are my gobbos? Where are the gobbos? Come on, you dirty goblin bastards. Where are you? Show yourselves. Okay, they're not making the most lightning fast progress across the map. We're probably going to be okay for a few minutes. Maybe a couple of them will just slip and fall into the... Fuck, that goddamn passageway isn't trapped at all, is it? Oh, arse candles. Okay, let's click on this quickly. That is keep tightly closed, set as internal, external. There we go. passable. Let's forbid passage. Okay, that looks good. I mean, it's not ideal, but it looks sort of okay. There we go. Right, back up to the entryway. How many dwarves are outside now? Probably a few fisher dwarves down by the lake, but we'll see. Oh no, look, we've got the lad coming up now. You in the red there. Faster. Faster. Get yourself inside that gate. Come on now. Over the magma. Lava, sorry. Get that cat inside and paused. Anybody outside after Mr. Red, sorry, you're dead. Let's go down to the switch room and click on that one. Gate. Oh, brilliant. Add, pull the lever now. Bingo. And then we'll go back up here and watch to see what unfolds. Hopefully not the guts of my dwarves as they're flung into the air on the drawbridge. Come on, all that cat's... Ooh, you're lucky. You're lucky. Okay, what else have we got here? Come on, anyone else coming in? Oh, there's some kind of creature over here. A leopard woman. Oh, hello. Leopard woman. She put her spots on me. A leopard woman. She smells like pee. I don't know why that... It just rhymed. Whatever. Looks like people are very upset about the whole thing. But now we're inside. I think I might be able to just undo the thing. Right? They don't have to stay in there. They just need to stay within the fortress, which is fine. Let's do it. Let's give this a go. Let's see if this can be done. Let's go to the alert screen. Let's go to the burrow, turn off the alert, and see what happens. Everybody should be sealed inside. There should be no access for the goblins. So, fingers crossed. I don't think they'll get bored and piss off, but we'll be able to stay in here long enough to maybe get a militia on the way, or decide if it's worth doing a Cryptbeards rush, perhaps. Oh, here we go. The booze answers are in chat. Let's have a look. Rum can be made from coconut or maybe sugarcane. Vodka is usually made of wheat. Potato vodka was a result of hardship. In general, it depends. Vodka can be made of pretty much anything that's got a lot of carbohydrate in it. Potato, corn, rye, wheat are most commonly used. Whiskey is basically vodka made from rye and aged in oak barrels in Scotland. That's Scotch, isn't it? Whiskey is the generic term, and Scotch is that the local variety, the local term. And like bourbon's made in Kentucky, or is that just a thing on Jack Daniel's bottles? I don't know. Vodka just skips all the barrel malarkey. Oh, I see. Especially old Dan Aykroyd's Crystal Skull vodka. He's a bit crazy, isn't he? He's a bit of a loon. We've got a rabbit starving. I mean, the game is going to be hard pressed to find anything that I care less about. Oh, look, the gobbos are going into the caverns. Now that's interesting. Okay. They could end up getting jacked by any old enemies of ours. There could be all sorts of stuff in those caverns we don't know about. Tirist Stetag, the peasant, withdraws from society. Let's hope that we've actually got the gear required. He's claimed a crafts dwarf workshop. Okay, let's follow them and see how it all pans out. I have to take a break in a minute because I have been recording for 1 hour and 40 minutes, which is a bit of a long time for non-stop talking. Excuse me. Also, I want to get myself a drink. He appears to be sitting in the workshop. This is not good news. Okay, pictures of cut gems, pictures of a quarry, pictures of cut gems, pictures of a quarry. Okay, I think he wants cut gems, which is convenient because we have a very good gem cutter and a stockpile of uncut gems. Hooray for us. Hooray, hurrah for me and a bra. Let's click the Jeweler's Workshop, add a new task. I would like you to cut a gem, and if you wouldn't mind, make it pipe opal, if we've even got any. Black zircons. Brown zircons, I think we've got a couple of those, right? Gabbro basalt obsidian. Cut me some obsidian, please. Actually, don't cut me obsidian. That might end up using up my beautiful piles of obsidian. Allanite clay, microcline, silty clay, green clay, glass, citrines. Let's also cut some citrines. There we go. Fingers crossed that will actually get done. We'll watch the jeweler just in case. Here comes somebody. There he goes. Look at him go. And we should, excuse me while I unbutton my trousers for comfort. Oh, that's better. Oh, I've got one of those little red marks from the button. I can feel it. There we go. Here he comes. Lovely. Let's quickly pause the action and follow that bad boy back to his workshop. F. There we go. All the gems are up the top till you get the stone. Huh? Oh, I see. So, yeah, the gemstones are the ones at the top. We've done the mysterious construction. Fantastic. It's not going to be very exciting, made out of a couple of rocks and a gemstone, but fingers crossed it's not shit either. Those goblins seem to be very interested in the caverns. They don't seem particularly interested in the deeper levels, but they do like hanging around, doing a little bit of loitering in the slopes and ramps. There they go, look. Oh, they're heading out. Have you got bored? Have you decided it might not be the best way to attack my fortress by going into the caverns next door? Shocking. What a revelation. What incredible minds. Okay. Right, we don't have any farming in here and the food stockpiles are going to plummet rapidly. But you know what? I think what we're going to do is I'm going to take a break. So we're going to pause the action here and we are going to return. Oh, first of all, I'm going to say goodbye, YouTubers. Thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next one.